New England's trusted news source, ABC6 News at noon.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Doreen Scanlon. We start today with our top story. A fire broke out on a train at the Providence station this morning. Firefighters and Amtrak officials acting quickly, avoiding what they say could have been a bad situation. And now several trains are delayed and some canceled. ABC6 News reporter Laura Puglisi is live for us at the station with the latest. Laura?
Well, Doreen, this happened on an incoming train on Track 1 headed to Boston. And while most officials have cleared out over here, there's still a lot of questions as to how that fire started in the first place. Travelers pulled up to a hectic scene Wednesday morning as fire trucks surrounded the Providence train station.
Very tight schedule. I have to be there at 11.
Kevin Clayton, one of dozens headed to New York. His train later canceled due to overhead power issues from the fire.
These 2 years have taught us that, anything can happen. So, you have to just take it with whatever comes with it.
It was the same story for Madison Campbell, booked on that same train with a tight schedule.
Which is a little bit disruptive to me. I have a doctor's appointment I'm going to at 11:30.
Delays continued through the morning hours after the fire broke out. The MBTA train 7800 was headed from Wickford Junction to Boston. It stopped in Providence around 5:40 when the fire department says they got the call.
It was the hauling section of the train, the first car and a 6-car train. It was a fire in the generator compartment, so there was fire emitting from the top of the train car.
Stephen Houle, Deputy Assistant Chief, says the fire happened in the generator, which lies next to the fuel and the engine. There were no people in that unit, and all passengers were evacuated.
It could have been a malfunction, mechanical malfunction. I believe it is a diesel-fed generator. They cut power and fuel to the train, and the fire died down.
He says once that happened, everyone's stress level went down. There were no injuries, and now it's up to MBTA to remove the train, which the Deputy Assistant Chief says isn't simple.
They're going to de-energize the train, they're going to ground the train, and then it's going to be up to them to detach the engine compartment, haul it out, and get it. They're going to have to get another engine here to move the rest of that train, so it's going to be quite some time.
The MPD...
Well, in a statement, Keolis Commuter Services, which operates the MBTA, has said that the train will be sent to a maintenance facility as part of that investigation. Now new at noon today, police in Barrington are looking for the public's help in finding an elderly man who was last seen Monday morning. This is who they're looking for, 74-year-old Michael DeLessio. His sister told police the last time she saw Michael was on Monday around 8 in the morning. Police tried tracking his phone, which resulted in multiple pings on cell towers near Providence. He also suffers from schizophrenia. Anyone with information is asked to call Barrington Police. And turning now to our coverage of the coronavirus, more vaccine for more Americans. That is what the White House is promising, saying it will distribute over 27 million vaccine doses this week, 5 million more than last week. This good news comes as nearly half the country sees a surge in cases. At least 16 states have seen case averages increase by some 10% over the last 7 days. Health experts concerned about a possible new wave.
Yeah, I think we may see a bump in cases still. We've been at 50,000. We're creeping up. I'm worried that we're going to see a mini surge.
The CDC says more than 83 million Americans have had at least one shot. That's over 32% of adults, and that number is expected to keep going up, with more than half of states announcing plans to greenlight the vaccine for anyone 16 and older. And Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker is asking the federal government for help in launching another mass vaccination site. 3 new variants, which all spread more easily, have been found in Massachusetts, and that's just one of the reasons the governor is citing for asking for the FEMA site. So far in the Bay State, just over 1 million people have been fully vaccinated. The governor says over 4 million people need to be vaccinated to achieve herd immunity. And Rhode Island's Attorney General Peter Nerona is laying out new guidelines for how to move forward with vaccine rollout. This comes after his office found out that Care New England and Lifespan gave the vaccine to hospital administrators